Hey guys, thanks for jumping in with us on Switch Hitting with Fitspits VR style. We're going to talk a little UFC 319. The company is pulling into Chicago for the first time in 6 years tonight for a big card. And the pay-per-view section of the card, the five-bout main card, begins at 10 p.m. Just want to drop in a few notes on the main card fights, maybe give you a chance to go earn a little bit of money or at least have some context when you pay attention to things tonight. The first bout will have Kai Asakura, who challenged for a featherweight title in his last fight, fighting a veteran in Tim Elliott. We're thinking it's a pretty big drop in prestige for Asakura, who, like we said, fought Alexander Pantoja for the championship in his last fight. Lost that, but back here he fights Tim Elliott, who's the 11th ranked contender in the division and has gone 7-up and 7-down in his last 14 fights. Got to think the younger guy, Asakura, is going to cement his place in the top 10. We've got him by a second round technical knockout. Second fight on the main card is veteran Jared Cannonier against another veteran, but new to the UFC in his fourth fight, and Michael Venom Page. I'm not as big on Venom as a lot of guys are. He's won 2 out of 3 since he arrived from Bellator, but he hasn't exactly been transcendent, kind of impressive in some spots, forgettable in others, whereas Cannonier is, hardly a Hall of Famer, but he's beaten all the guys on the second tier, and he's been fair enough against the top guys. Hasn't beaten all of them, but he's at least been sturdy enough. I think he'll be enough to beat Michael Venom Page. Let's call it close and call it a split decision. The third fight is going to be an interesting one. A Brazilian guy by the name of Carlos Prates, who is a welterweight, fights out of the very popular and very hot these days Fighting Nerds gym out of Brazil. He's going to be fighting Jeff Neal, who is a 34-year-old veteran. Another one of these kind of litmus test kind of fights to see if Prates belongs among the elite and where he might fit in with those guys. Prates lost his last fight against Ian Machado Gary, who is legitimately one of the top 2 or 3 welterweights in the world. Again, Neal, not a soft touch, and he's a 34-year-old guy, but he's not beaten the top-ranked guys, and I just believe that Prates belongs more among those elite guys than Neal does. I've got Prates winning by a unanimous decision. Then we move to the co-main event, Aaron Pico against LaRon Murphy. And Murphy is undefeated, but Pico is moving in from Bellator. And the last couple of guys who've moved in from Bellator haven't exactly been dazzling when they got to the biggest promotion there is. But I think Pico's enough here. I don't think he's overwhelming. I don't think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But I think he's won 9 out of his 13 wins by knockout. And Murphy is undefeated. But it's not, he's won a lot of decisions. He hasn't been that impressive. He's been winning, but he's not been super impressive while doing so. So I think Pico's got enough to beat him. And then you move to the main event. You got the picture behind me. Middleweight championship fight. Dricus du Plessis from South Africa defending his middleweight championship for the third time against Hamzat Chimaev, who has gone 8 for 8 in the UFC. He debuted on Fight Island 5 years ago, won 2 fights in 10 days, was off for a while for COVID, but has beaten a lot of guys since, beat Robert Whitaker. He's earned the title shot. Now, whether or not he's going to win the title shot is another question. He's never lost anywhere. He's never been really close in the UFC to losing. So if he were to win this fight, if he'd have blown du Plessis out in the first round or the second round, it wouldn't stun me at all. But the more I think about Chimaev, the more I'm remembering the times he did struggle a little bit. He fought guys like Gilbert Burns. He fought guys like Kamaru Usman, and he still won, but he won by decision, and he was noticeably in 3-round fights, noticeably slower at the end of those fights than he had been in the first couple of rounds. So to me, the key is du Plessis, who's a big, strong, powerful middleweight and has a really good gas tank. If he can just survive the first couple of rounds, because Chimaev's going to come out like a bat out of hell. He's going to take him down. He's going to take him down again. He's going to try to submit him. If du Plessis can get through those first couple of rounds, then I think he gets to rounds 3, 4, and 5, then he's going to be in charge, because he'll have a guy who's not only physically smaller than him, but also a guy who might be compromised cardio-wise. And I think that's where du Plessis is going to take over the fight, and I've got him winning by a technical knockout in the 5th round. But either way, whether you go 5 for 5 or 0 for 5, I hope you enjoy the fights tonight, and thanks for jumping in with us. Take care.